Casino Guitars back, here to cause trouble.
Here we are.
Last day of the mustache. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining us. You need help. We're going to talk about why being the sideman, not the lead guy your thing, might be the best, most fun, most rewarding, and most important part of your musical journeys.
Dang.
And if you enjoy this type of content, click like, subscribe.
The bell. Hit the bell.
The all-important bell. It's vital to your survival. Right?
Yeah.
Before we even get into it, I was looking at pictures of Tom Selleck and David Hasselhoff and Burt Reynolds because of mustaches.
And you discovered the correct length for men's shorts?
It's amazing. Everything about those three men I just mentioned. It's like if you're
mid-thigh. That's
if you're a person out there that likes men and you have not looked at the young pictures of these cats,
you're missing out, probably.
It's just like, and then Paul Newman. He's not his mustache, but like just like. But those three guys I mentioned before, I mean, hilarious. Like that. I love it. David Hasselhoff is still like the man.
The Hoff.
Tom Selleck, Burt Reynolds. Oh my God. Tom Selleck's so cool too.
I like Tom Selleck.
I mean, the fact that he was like on Friends as well, and then Blue Bloods still crushing.
Blue Bloods.
I mean, he never stopped, never lost the mustache really, whole time. Anyway, so we were talking about Mike Campbell earlier.
Yes, as we often do.
And the Tom Petty sort of circle of trust.
Yep.
It's a lot of like what we love about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers was formed by the sound, the mic, right?
I would say that's true. Yes.
Tell me more. You're the Mike Campbell lover.
Well, obviously he was a co-writer on a ton of the songs, wrote some of the stuff, wrote a lot of the music, and then he's sort of the guy who crafted a lot of those parts, that interplay with the guitar and the organ, and it's just, it's the sound. I mean, obviously Tom Petty is an amazing songwriter. Arguably.
Just kidding.
But I don't know if it would be the same without Mike Campbell and some of those little hooks and riffs that you think about.
And I would say the same about Bono on the Edge.
Yep.
I think without those sort of that soundscape that he created, it's just like a great singer, but the songs don't exist.
Well, you could go through, you got Plant and Page, right? I mean, there's a ton of relationships like that where there's this guitar player who's maybe like half a step back. I won't even say a whole step back. Half a step back in the shadow a little bit, who's supporting that songwriter or that artist or that frontman or whatever.
Like Keith and Ron Wood and all those guys,
Yep.
but that created this sonic shape. But it is really fun because you can really focus on the music and not focus about being the circus conductor.
That's right.
Which is what the lead singer is. I mean, they're the focus point of the entire show.
That's right.
That's what your eyes are probably like, 75% of the time, at least it's on the lead singer.
Especially for the folks who are not musicians in the crowd, right? Like, we go and we watch the guitar players, but that's not true for most people.
No, I mean, even in a band like as active as like when I saw the Lumineers a few weeks back or something, and great show. If you haven't seen them, I highly recommend it. The lead singer is not particularly interesting.
Right.
He sings it. He plays a sort of an acoustic or an electric guitar and just sort of strums it and then sings. Got a beard, a hat, takes his hat off, lays down on the ground a couple times. He doesn't run around, dance. He just sings his songs, but you watch him most of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas like some of his bands jump around barefoot,
Right.
And they add a little spice to the show. His fiddle player is like crushing it, like his percussion drum player. I love that guy. He wears suspenders. It makes me happy too. It's neat to be able to step into that role of not having all eyes on you and really shaping the whole sound of what the band is going to be.
Heck yeah. I mean, even this is hot right now because of the movie. Even think about Elvis, right? Like you got Scotty Moore, and then later on James Burton. And I've heard interviews with guys like Keith Richards or like the Beatles where they say, hey, we weren't buying Elvis records. We were buying the new Scotty Moore record because they were fascinated with what he was playing on there.
Those guys were so good on those records.
They're great on
You go back and listen to Elvis records. I mean, Elvis is sort of a weird thing because he didn't even write his own music for the most part. But how good those two guitar players were.
Yeah.
Because I remember as a kid, even like the really early stuff, it's just great guitar lines. There's a lot of stuff that's not playable to this day.
Well, yeah, I mean, you listen to the sort of like rockabilly-ish kind of stuff on. I was letting the kids watch some Elvis videos yesterday, and you know, the stuff on like Jailhouse Rock or like Blue Suede Shoes or Nothing But a Hound Dog. It's super cool.
We can go back to like silly stuff, like Johnny Cash and Luther Perkins. Yeah. That sound. That's a wonderful. And watch, like, if you haven't seen Walk the Line, one of our favorite music biopics.
Right.
I'd say. Is there a better one that you can think of? That might be the best.
Well, it's pretty darn good, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of any other ones that I liked as much.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe the Queen one was pretty darn good. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
You
didn't love that one, did you?
I thought like it didn't show the true sides of Freddie to me. Like,
right.
It gave him like that one sort of side, like it didn't show the complexity. It's hard
I agree with that.
because the band was sort of involved in making it, and I think they wanted to showcase the band a lot, which they did. Right. But I feel like it left Freddie a little thin.
All right.
And like
I would agree with that.
I thought he did a great job acting it. I don't know, it's just when you go back and watch like the live concert and see how like tough like Freddie actually looked, though. It's a very different.
That's true.
There's a masculine energy there that was I think
pretty awesome.
Forgotten. Anyway, but it's still a good movie. I didn't see the Elton John one.
Me neither.
I love Elton John, but I haven't had a chance. Yeah. No, it's so let's step back. We don't need to be these superstar bands. Let's just talk about like in your local bar bands that you're doing. There is something really rewarding. Like I liked myself when I was not doing lead singing stuff in New York, and I remember playing bass in a band with some friends, and it was awesome. And helping them shape the songs, and then just like playing guitar and not singing at all.
Some of my most fun times was being just a lead guitar player, right? You just play for I had that experience a lot as just a hired gun kind of thing in Nashville, but even in some of those situations where you become the regular in different artist bands, like my friend Casey, I played for him forever, played for my friend Alan Miller forever. It was just a lot of fun you're just the guitar guy, right? Like they're out front doing the thing. You come up every now and then, do the thing with them and play the solo, and they lean on you and you jump around, and there's just something really fun about that. And you can focus on all the little parts of the band. Exactly, and making everything work right. And making sure.
Like doing a live show is like, it's entertaining the crowd normally, and that when you're the lead singer, that's really what you got to do. I talk about it with Sean a lot with his band, because I think the Violet Exploit's really good now.
Oh yeah.
Like at first it was like, they're an okay band, and but Sean's a very dynamic guitar player to watch. He's tons of fun. He's a great showman. And then their lead singer has a lot of talent there too, and he's starting to come out of his shell.
Yep.
Like
Agreed.
Just beginning to. The chrysalis is starting to unravel, which is good. And I think once he captures his full power, it's neat. It's a cool band to watch develop. I hope they become famous rock stars. Yeah. Except for I'd be sad if Sean left us, but.
Yeah.
But if he was a rock star, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe you can still work with us as a rock star. Just like, hey, Sean, can you get that inventory wrapped up? Yeah. I'm touring Europe right now. I'm a bit busy.
We know. It's fine.
We'll just send you the things. Just here you go.
Tonight, later, after the show.
Can you do that? I'll be extremely drunk.
It's normal, right?
With Parisian women. Darn it. Okay, fine. It's it is. It's a truly magical synergy when you find that friend, though.
Yeah. That
you can do that with. Like I had it with a buddy, like where we sort of had this really dual thing that we met in school, and then we went all the way up in New York and had like semi-careers with it for a bit. It was amazing. Tons of fun when you have that, and then when it ends, it's heartbreak and sadness, and then you move on with life and you go.
That's right.
Then you become an adult. But no, it doesn't have to end too.
Well, and there's nothing says that you can't do both things. Like if you want to be your own front man or have a trio or whatever, like some of my most fun things now is I do have a trio that's me. That's the Jonathan Robinson band, but I take gigs all the time for like my friend Robbie Cummings. Yes. I'll go play lead guitar for him, or one of my friends, Chris, who lives down in Florida, but used to be in Nashville. I went and did some shows with him, a few weeks ago where I was just the lead guitar player. So I love that. And it's a nice little escape for me to do something different than to either be the solo performer or the guy leading up a trio. It's a different role.
So take your ego out, stick it in your pocket for a bit, and find the right thing. It might work, because I've done both too.
Yeah.
I've done leader stuff. I've done sort of the thing I still want to do with James, who works here. I would love for him to do a Bruce Springsteen show.
Yes.
Because I just want to be the dude in the do-rag or the bandana.
Little Stevie.
I want to be little Stevie so bad. I just want to be back there and grumpy
All
face.
right.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like at the end of the glory. That's my favorite.
Not the lead guitar player. I don't want to be doing any of that hard stuff. I just want to be doing the chords and looking cool. That's a fantasy. I like the tribute artist stuff a lot. Now we're pretty much wrapped up with this, so we're gonna dig into like my movies for a minute. So I've been watching a lot of movies. I've been going back and watching all the Mission Impossibles. I've watched all. I got stuck though because I'm on all the James Bond stuff right now. I haven't seen the last James Bond, and I haven't seen the one before that. I don't think.
So the two newest ones.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen either one of those. I can't find the one before the last one on any of the streaming services right now. So I'm like, dag nabbit.
What are those two? What are those?
Spectre and No Time to Die. I think.
Yeah, I've seen neither of those.
Okay, yeah. But I've enjoyed them watching them up again. It's been fun. And I went back and rewatched Dune. I power watched through Dune. I just want to get through a lot of movies in one night. So I power watched through it and fast forwarded all the dialogue stuff. I just want to see the battles.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
which was the main climactic moments that happen. Yeah. And like the fights at the end part of that movie too with the Chris knives. That movie's awesome. Even power watching it, I got to the end and I applauded. I was by myself on my couch as well. Isn't that nerdy?
It's nerdy.
That's okay though.
I wish that I could think of the name of it. There's a YouTube channel. I mean, we're in like ultra nerd territory right now. But I get all excited about Dune, right? And it's the lore of Dune, and it's like it'll be like.
Let's find that later.
It gives you all the backstory of all the different like people, like the Bene Gesserit or the Ixians or all the people, right? And so you get all the subtext that it makes you enjoy the movie. I think even more. Because you're like, ooh, or like what Larry and Jihad was, like why they had it, or why they have those little shield things, and why they have to do it.
And like, you were telling me like all like this, why the guys are wearing the spice hats or whatever, like they're pretty much high all the time.
Mentats,
The war with the AI, and
it's true.
I'm gonna watch some of these later, maybe.
The Orange Catholic Bible cannot make any machine in the likeness of a human. It's true.
Good Lord, that's crazy.
No thinking machines.
It's probably smart. We just got warned by some Google guy about that. He's like,
it's too late.
We're already there. We're in the pre-Dune phase. We're gonna like exterminate our species first.
That's 56 years away, but it's fine.
We'll be dead by then. So
hopefully,
our children will be old and they'll be killed in the first branch. Yeah. Our kids will have kids, and then isn't that crazy?
God, yeah, it is crazy.
56 years, our kids will be old. We'll be long dead. They'll be like our kids will be.
God, my kid will be almost 60 in 50 years.
That's disturbing. Because I've had like a week and a half without my family around.
Nope.
So I've had like I get good movie time.
An eternity.
Much
like all the movies.
Yeah, I still get plenty of work done. Showers, working out.
Crazy.
All sorts of weird.
It's weird. Like you went jogging.
Like all the time. It's like I'm just gonna go jog now. Where am I jogging?
Baxter in his ultimate form. That's what you're seeing.
This is crazy. This is the ultimate form right here.
It's like Dragon Ball Z. This is you in your final form.
God, Lord, I love that. That made me happy too. There's so many great things to do. It's funny. I'm gonna be positive. Life is so much fun.
Yes.
If you let it be. There's so many great things to do. We can get so busy and so sad with like if you watch the news and stuff. You're like, no, you're not. I'm very aware of what's happening in the world all the time. I like to stay on top of things, but if you just look at the beauty around you and your friends and your family, it really is amazing.
That's very true.
And we get to play guitar.
It's easy to get in your own way of that, though.
It is.
And to be like, oh, it's horrible. I hate everything, blah, blah, blah.
No, I think the real way to like make everything better, too, is just like you change things with your positive energy. And I'm a big hippie in that respect. I'm sorry. But you can do it. It's so much fun. Like, I'm watching The Joker right now, too. Speaking of the opposite, that movie's really dark. I've forgotten how dark that was. That's like a serious diving into mental illness.
Did you tell me that they have confirmed a sequel for that?
I don't know if it's been confirmed. I know it's in the talks.
I feel like someone said that. I thought it was maybe you. Usually,
I feel like it's a no-brainer. It's really it's a dark movie though. It's way darker than I remembered.
It's very dark.
Yeah, it's good. It's like watching mental illness.
I've still only seen it once. I should probably watch it.
Yeah, what he did with his body in that movie to lose all that weight. It's like, can I just like get a movie where I get to get jacked instead of having to look like that?
No.
I just want to be the jacked cool guy.
But I'm a supervillain. Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be the
different thing.
This isn't like Dwayne Johnson's character.
No.
Take your face off. It's such a good song. Go watch it later. We've had it. I would do anything for love. That's been in our heads all morning because I've been singing nonstop.
Especially the end.
Do that part.
I will do anything for love. Dun, 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 dun,
that part is
dun,
so
dun.
good.
But I just won't do that. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah,
So
it's amazing.
powerful. It's such a good Meatloaf. Up there, man. You're the man. Thank you for joining us again. Like, subscribe if you've been able to manage through all of this shenanigans at the end. Thank you again.
Don't forget the bell.
Happy day, and go hug a friend.
Yeah.
Do something nice for a stranger.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And Derek just bought a new pair of shoes,
Ooh.
and they look great. That's all I want to say. I'm leaving.
There
Bye.
you go. Fantastic.